one of the harder things we have to accept about this reality right now is that a lot of the suffering that's happening right now is completely unnecessary. Because as you heal and as you teach yourself different ways to exist as a human, you realize that a lot of the pain and suffering in the world is taught to us. We are taught to suffer. We are taught to pretend. We are taught to hurt each other. We are taught to judge each other. We are taught to normalize abuse. We are taught to normalize slavery. We are taught so many things that cause everybody deep pain and deep suffering. Even if you have the best family in the world and you have a good job, deep down everybody's soul is still screaming something is not right. And for some people it's much easier to cope with that reality because they have a lot less hardships to face. But for those of us who've had to face every fucking hardship you could possibly imagine, we can't just pretend like we're not facing them. Or at least I can't. God didn't design me that way. I wish he would have sometimes. I was able to pretend for a while. Try to fit in. Keep quiet. Play along. But I had too many things in my life that woke me up to all of this dysfunction. And it is overwhelming. It's overwhelming dysfunction, and so many people are under the illusion that it's not dysfunctional. Or again, they just feel so helpless that why would they address it? Because there's nothing they can do anyway. So it is much easier for them to just keep pretending and keep ignoring, even though their souls are crumbling. But those are the ones that appear stable. That appear happy. And then if you don't come off that way and you don't appear that way, you are severely punished for it because people just don't want to hear it. They just don't want to deal with it. Some of us just haven't had a choice but to deal with it because we were dying. Because the pretending kills us. Because being fake hurts us. And you see, that's what has been missing. Also, in this world, is real, true, authentic people who put themselves out there in ways that other humans aren't willing to do. Or they just haven't had the same experiences. Or they just don't know how to articulate it. And I'm realizing that's my gift, right? I have been blessed with the gift of articulation of my emotions and my experiences. And so I just believe that God has a purpose and a plan for me because of that. But the collecting the data part and sitting in the lessons still and fighting the demons still and being in pain still and things not being resolved still is it's hard for me to accept that I came down here to exhaust my soul and exhaust my mind in ways that I find I can't articulate, that are unfathomable. that are unbelievable. That's a lot of us. We're exhausted. We're exhausted by the brokenness of this system. And we're screaming and nobody can hear us. And of course, all I can think about is black people. They don't pretend. They tell the truth. They've tried. They're in so much pain. They're exhausted. Nobody's listening to them. Nobody can stop it. Generations have been destroyed. All because of the color of their fucking skin. And you can't help but hate God so much for allowing and inventing such a place. It's how I know it's hell. It does not exist outside of here. It is here right now, because if hell was a place, it would be a place where people have died and suffered for hundreds of years over something as superficial as skin color. When there's a soul inside of that body, underneath that skin color, there's a soul that deserves to feel safe and loved and accepted and comfortable, and not in fear for their lives, and not have to fight every fucking day people's demons and judgment coming from people who say they don't do that. That's why I understand them so deeply, because I've faced the same pain. Denial. People not listening to me, people blaming me. They're blamed. We have failed them. And still, somehow, they've been able to thrive. Not everywhere, not all the time, but they have. So you see that God doesn't completely destroy people, but he does. He allows destruction of people's souls down here to get torn and ripped into pieces. Such injustice that you can't even put words to it. So the only purpose of us coming to this understanding, especially us white folks now, that gives me hope. There's always been white folks that have seen it, but this time it feels different. That's why I believe in radical solutions and miracles and hope. Because it's time. It's time. We're all tired. We deserve that. We've always deserved it. The Black community. I'm most excited for them. They deserve this more than anybody in the world.